Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us today on the Proper Wellbeing Chat with myself, Ben Johnson, and my amazing co-host, business partner, general all-round epic guy, Mr. Ross Gyree. Good day to you. How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all good. I've been in already this morning in the gym. I'm going to be totally honest. Totally honest. Skived a workout, but it's only because I've changed my workout days this week, so it will get done. But kind of skived it a bit today. Uh, but all good, man. It's Monday morning when we're recording this, and life's all right. I'm happy. How are you doing?
Good, good. Yeah, I've not been in the gym yet. I was going to say recording this on a Monday morning is a little bit different for us, but yeah, I've been wrestling the door this morning because I couldn't open my back door over the weekend. The lock mechanism was knackered, so I've had to take it off via the hinges this morning, and they're blooming heavy. I'll tell you that. But I did find a use for my dumbbell plates because I could jack the door up with them, so that was all good. So I've definitely had a workout, and now sitting down with a cup of tea. But we are talking workouts today, are we not? Because we are in the gym a lot, surprisingly so. And we often see ladies in particular putting in the work, but they're not getting the results that they expect out. You see, it's like a huge amount of wasted time doing poor workouts, not getting results. Things just aren't going right for them, basically. What they're doing is not properly effective for their goals. So, what are the kind of things that we are talking about that we see people doing or not doing, in fact?
What doing or not doing? Well, I'd say the majority is cardio based stuff, isn't it? It's coming in and just jumping on the treadmill and walking on the treadmill or sitting on the bike, and then like a lot of that time as well, potentially not even going that hard, just getting it done. But they're there consistently, which is great. But then there's all like jumping on latest whatever's popular at the time. Uh, Only doing class workouts, which I think is a bit of a trap for people to fall into as well. And what they're generally missing is avoiding that freeway area. That's
Yeah,
it sometimes is as simple as that. And I know we keep things basic, but it is as basic as that.
yeah. They're always looking to develop that kind of good looking, that strong, healthy body, toned. I've put it in inverted commas on the nose because toned isn't actually a thing. We might get into that one at a later date. You know, that kind of defined muscle, relatively low body fat percentage, feeling confident without wasting all this time that they haven't got in any case to be wasting time on, and it's still not getting them results. So they're
Yeah.
doing all this stuff that you've talked about, but the body composition isn't changing how they want. They don't develop that muscle definition. They end up in this kind of skinny fat phase where they've lost a lot of fat, but they haven't lost the fat in the areas that they want to lose the fat, or worse still, they end up just fat. So what are those two big problems, mate? That's what we kind of said at the top of the program. The two big mistakes that ladies make in the gym. Let us define those right now.
All right. Straight to the point. The two problems are too much cardio based work, right? Too much cardio based work. And we'll go into this in a bit more detail. And secondly, I would say scared of moving proper weight around, thinking that they will turn into the Hulk. Like
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen. And I wish it could because that would feel great for me. Like it doesn't happen. It takes a lot of work to
yeah,
change your physique in like a good way or a bad way, in weight loss or weight gain. And when we were saying, going back quickly to like feeling good, strong, toned, all those things, like if you don't want that, that's not saying we think that's how everyone should look, but that is what everyone says to us when they
yeah,
want to start coaching, right? These aren't our words. These are our clients' words. These are words from hundreds of people that we speak to weekly, monthly, yearly, thousands of people, right? People
yeah.
want those things. That's not me and Ben saying that everyone's fat. It's me and Ben saying
Yeah.
that this is what people come to us asking for,
I
right?
was saying that the statistics don't lie on that. Something like two-thirds of the UK population is fat, mate. So you know it's not everybody, but yeah. And I think it's like strong, it's powerful, isn't it? It's confidence, it's these kinds of things that ladies do say to us. But I think
Confidence,
then that kind of,
key. I'd say they're two of the big ones, like absolute big ones. But we're having these conversations whilst they're on cardio equipment, right?
Yeah.
And like cardio is good and cardiovascular fitness is great. But if you're doing that to change how your body looks, it's like trying to ride a bike with square wheels. Like you might get there, but you're just not helping yourself. The getting in the gym, learning how to move weights properly, lift correctly will help you so much more, because like what we've covered on a couple of podcasts, if you're holding on to more muscle, you're burning more calories, right? You're able to eat more calories. If you're filling your body with protein after these workouts and throughout the rest of the day, you will be burning more fat from all these things. Whereas if you're just busting your cardiovascular system, like, yeah, you will be burning calories, but you want to be building more muscle, right?
Yeah.
But people do number one, which is the cardio work, because of number two, right?
Yeah.
They're scared of going into the weight section, or they don't know what to do, or they're just worried. But like even today, right? This is literally today, hot off the press. I was chatting to a lady in the gym this morning, and she said, I don't want to go too heavy though, because I don't want to get massive.
Mate, let's look at that elephant in the room. I was going to come back to a little bit on the cardio, but that really is the elephant in the room for me with ladies thinking I can't pick up weights. So for me, I would say, look, there's three reasons why you are not going to turn into the Incredible Hulk when you're lifting, and we're talking, heavy weights here. We're talking kind of body weight deadlifts. We're talking, significant weights in terms of squats. It's not the 3 kilo dumbbells doing some kind of Bosu ball, lunge, curl variation thing. It's chucking body weight weights around. There's three big reasons why you're not going to turn into Hulk as a lady. And the first one is just you don't produce enough testosterone. Yeah? You've got to train, sad to say, you've actually got to train harder to get the same kind of physiological response. Yeah? So you actually need to put more work in. Okay? Now that's, it's a bit of a bugger, but it is what it is. Number two, and you've already touched on this one, to build significant muscle mass, that kind of bodybuilder style of thing, you need to train very specifically and you need to eat very specifically as well. And we're talking kind of huge amounts of food here for all this stuff.
Huge amounts of food.
Yeah, that's not how we're talking about training here. We're not talking about doing particularly hypertrophy-based stuff. We might be talking more about strength-based workouts, where we're doing kind of lower rep, heavier weight stuff. Yeah, you're still going to get a good looking body, but you're not going to be building huge amounts of muscle. And then number three is like, if by some genetic freak of circumstance it starts happening and you start getting bigger than you want to, well, just stop what you're doing. And you can guarantee that muscle mass is going to go away again. But I have never, ever, in all my years of training, taking ladies through shifting heavy weights around, have had one of them turn around and go, I'm looking a bit too big today. Just doesn't happen. Doesn't happen, does it?
You've never had someone have one session and walk in the next day massive?
No, it's weird. It's weird. And I say as well, it's like, look at all the blokes in the gym. Like, all the blokes that you see in the gym are training to get as big as they possibly can be, usually. I'm perhaps overgeneralizing there. But it's like, how many of them actually have a good looking physique? And how much training, how much weight do they shift? And in fact, still look a little bit flabby around the edges, half of them. Anyway.
The basic is, right, you eat for your goal.
Yeah.
And you add in some sort of resistance training.
Yeah.
And that's essentially it. You eat for your goal. Yeah. If you want to get bigger, okay, eat more food. If you want to get smaller, okay, eat less food. But you keep your strength training going. And you keep building strength, keep building muscle. Everything else will take control of itself from that.
I think as well, one of the big, I'm going off on one here a bit, but I think one of the things that ladies really enjoy when they get into it, because I know my clients that I work with one-to-one, they really love to learn how to do this stuff properly, don't they? It's like, I think every single one of the ones that I work with, they get real technical about it. It's like, how do I squat? How do I deadlift? How do I get a press up done? How do I get a pull-up done? They really want to get that stuff right. I don't know if that's the same with your ladies, but having seen some of them, I think that's the
Oh yeah, they train absolutely insane. They love learning the technique, and it's funny because people don't come into the gym wanting to learn technique. People don't come into the gym, well, not as like a main goal, and people don't come and see us wanting to be powerful, right? It's just not really a word that people are after. But after a few weeks of training, a few months of really going at it, like nothing excites them more than getting stronger, getting fitter, getting more powerful, like adding on another plate onto what they're lifting, being able to do stuff that they couldn't do the week before. Because imagine if you're bringing into your lifestyle something where you're continually getting better and more powerful each week, like just applying what you learn from that in other areas of life is fantastic, because people don't have an area of life where they are continually getting stronger, continually getting more powerful, more confident. But you can take that from the gym whilst getting insane fat loss results and all these other things that people actually want, and put them into other areas of life where there's no gym at all, and you can still use those skills. So it's absolutely next level. All my ladies, they're stronger than they've ever been, right?
And it is that confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, and none of them are heavier. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're all stronger. And we say ladies, and this podcast is on ladies, right? It's not because guys are perfect. This is far from it. Far from it. Like you just said there, ladies are generally better students, I would say. Although I do feel like that is changing. Guys are asking more questions, and I don't mean specifically to us. I mean generally to everyone. Guys are questioning things more. We're moving out of that era of just coming in and like doing bicep curls and shoulder press and nothing else. Because that was around for like 20 years, and people do seem to be really learning how to move now.
Do you know what's weird, mate, is actually that the topic for today came because of a conversation that I was having with one of my male clients, not one of my female clients, because he was talking about, because he came to me actually because he was doing a load of cardio himself, and one back 3 or 4 years now, and has made huge progress since then. He's so consistent with his training. But he says that the guys who he goes and trains with, he's there doing, squats and pull-ups and all the rest of it, and they skip this stuff because they can't do it. He says they don't train legs because they can't squat. They say, it hurts my knees from the squat. So it's not really the squat, it's the problem, most likely. Again, a bit of a generalization going in there perhaps. It's not the exercise per se, it's the fact that you're probably not doing it right. So blokes are skipping doing squats, deadlifts, that kind of stuff, because they don't learn how to. And they're leaving a huge amount of gains on the table because of that. So,
I rate most of that's ego as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, that's one of the great things about working with ladies an awful lot, is that there is no ego involved. They have a competition with themselves an awful lot, but in terms of like, oh no, I can't do squats, or I just want to do curls. It just doesn't happen. But then you find out, don't you, that your ladies are doing warm-ups, like squat warm-ups with weights that blokes just won't touch. It's weird, isn't it?
I've got a very interesting battle between one of my male and one of my female clients at the moment, where they're both having a goblet squat off to see who can move the most. And my female client, she was winning, and then my male client overtook her last week. So then female client this week is probably going to go to try and take it back, and it's a nice little battle we've got going on there. I love it. It's brilliant. And I definitely wind them both up and encourage them to do it, because I think without my sarcastic encouragement to go at them both, I don't think either of them will be bothered. But now it seems like their main focus. It's brilliant.
That's all good, mate. It's all good. So I think we've kind of talked enough there about why it's important to be hitting the free weights area, particularly to be doing resistance training. We've touched an awful lot on this in kind of other podcasts as well. So it's like, okay, what do I do next? I know I need to go and get into the free weight section. What I'd say is there are 1,000,001 videos out there on YouTube about how to squat, how to deadlift. There's good ones, there's bad ones. We're going to be dropping some on our channel as well, so check those out.
They're up, mate. They are there. ready for the picking.
Are they? Oh, happy days. Happy days. We made a start already. So yeah, go and learn how to do this stuff. You can do this online. And the other thing I'd say is engage a good PT for a few sessions to learn the moves. I mean, that sounds a bit like, yeah, that is what we do. Make sure it is a good PT, because we see quite a lot of people not doing this well in the gym as well. But yeah, learn how to do these moves, and the information is out there. And then get yourself in the free weight area in the gym with a plan to learn how to do one of the big moves, be that a squat, be that a deadlift, be it something like a press up or a pull up that's more body weight related. Do it when it's a bit quieter. If you're feeling a bit nervous about going into that area, start moving those big weights around and start feeling strong, start getting toned and assisting with that fat burn as well.
And big weights as well. Big weights doesn't just mean whack as many plates on the bar. And do you know what I mean? Big weights is lifting as much as you can with perfect form for the exercise that you're doing for the number of reps required.
Yeah.
Right? Whether that's doing something that's a really difficult move and you're doing it with 5 kg dumbbells, or it's something that's using huge muscle groups and you're lifting 75 kilos. Like, whatever is heavy for the exercise you're doing, that is exactly what you need. And we're not talking about doing 30-day squat challenges that are going to like improve your abs and improve your glutes, like all these little things that you see on just like one image on Instagram. And it's like, yeah, I went from this to this just by doing the 30-day squat challenge. Not true. Not true at all. Like, start to progressively build what you're lifting, which is super, super important. And you know what? I will add the link for our 2 videos, but check out our YouTube channel, AEON Health and Fitness, because we have added this week the difference between the 3 forms of deadlifts, which is a huge move, which everybody should have in their program. And also, more importantly, how to set up a squat rack perfectly. All right. And we've literally just dropped something on our Instagram as well. So that'll be a couple of days ago. Head across to our Instagram to see that. But how to set up a squat rack perfectly. And then you know that you're going in there with confidence. You're lifting a good amount of weight in the right way. Easy. And I think just before we wrap up here, to make it super straight to the point, right? The most basic plan you can ever do. You pick 5 exercises. Yeah. You do 3 sets of 10 on each exercise. 3 of them are big moves, deadlifts, squats, press ups, etc. 2 of them are maybe smaller, isolated moves on areas that you might want to improve, right? That's it. That's all you need to do. 5 exercises, 3 times 10. Then come up with another program with different exercises for your next session. Maybe do that 3 times a week. Repeat those 3 workouts for a 12-week period, getting stronger and stronger and stronger, tracking your weight instead of jumping from one to one, like jumping from one phase to the next phase, jumping from one style of training to the next. And then you can start to actually measure your numbers and going from doing a bodyweight squat up to like a 50 kilo squat for 3 sets of 10. Like, that's what it's about.
Body weight. Yeah, squat with body weight on the bar. That's what you're heading for, right?
Yeah, exactly what you were saying earlier, man.
Yeah. I think that's probably a wrap there. We've rambled on an awful lot as ever, but if you're looking to find the best version of yourself, if you want to have a chat about how we can help your organisation to improve their well-being, their productivity, all that kind of stuff, check out our website, www.aeonhalf.co.uk, which has just had a little bit of a revamp, whilst I remember, hasn't it? It's looking a little bit swish around the edges. Yeah.
Looking very jazzy.
It certainly is. Check us out across the social medias as well, your Instagram, Facebooks, all that kind of shenanigans. And if you are interested in learning how to move some free weights, do reach out to support us with coaching, either in person, we do it online as well. Thank you very much for listening. We will catch you next time, when I think we're going to do something a little bit more mindset related.
Oh, good. That's what everybody needs. Everybody needs good old mindset, don't they?
Absolutely.
Take care, folks.
See you soon.